to do a PCB board. Here are a few steps: simulation process, PCB fabrication, drying process, cutting process, drilling and component placing process, and soldering process. Let's see the methods used to do a PCB board. Step 1. The simulation process. The first part is the simulation process, where the software is used to construct and build the circuit. Software used here is Proteus 8. Once the circuit has been completed, it will be run to check if it's functional and if there are any errors in the circuit. Then try it again on a PCB layout on the software itself. Here we can see all the connections are made and there are no errors. After a successful run on the PCB layout, then we could view the connections on a 3D visualizer where we could see the resistors, capacitors, IC and LEDs in every angle, 360 degrees. And then we must print out the design onto a tracing paper. Step 2. The UV transfer process, where here it is the PCB fabrication. The protector is necessarily opened before the performing UV process, and it has to be placed on the PCB board. The PCB board is placed in UV exposure in a vacuum pump machine. All the buttons are turned on, then set 10-second time and press the mode button. The circuit has been moved to the board after 10 seconds. The next process, the developing process. This process involves chemical substance. It is used to produce a developer solution by using the substance. Here we can see that the PCB board is being dipped into the solution. This method is used to eliminate light sensitivity. The PCB board was submerged in the developer solution and left the circuit form on the PCB, and it is not soaked for a long time.
Step 2 of PCB fabrication, etching process. Etching process is to get rid of the copper layer that is not required on the PCB. By using ferric chloride is to produce etching liquid. It takes 4 to 5 times for a cycle to make sure the copper is removed. The next step is etching process diagram. We place the board into the ferric chloride chemical and rinse the chemical. After it done, and the board is out after 4 cycles. Still on the step 2, PCB fabrication etching process. The development process is we place the board, dip the PCB for 15 seconds, and after that the copper circuit is appeared. Step 3, drying process. Drying process is to avoid failures. The circuit board should be dried before beginning the soldering process. Step 4, cutting process. The PCB was cut with a cutting tool according to the size selected. In step 5, drilling and component placing process. First, We drill the PCB to place the component. We use 0.8 mm for the drill bit. The next step is soldering process. Soldering process is to join two electrical conductor. We use only well-heated soldering iron with temperature 380 with a cleaner metal wire, and we solder all the components. Step 6. Still on the soldering process, cut off excess wire on the PCB and test the circuit using power supply with 5 volt. And if the running light blinking, it means that it was successful.